back to the podcast, the new and experienced investor podcast, the real estate podcast that brings real estate investors from all walks of life together. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Alex Barnett. I'm the new guy.
And I'm Joe Holmes. I'm the experienced guy.
Yes, and we're back. It's 4 o'clock Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week because we are. Isn't that right?
It's wonderful. The weather is wonderful. Yeah.
I've been missing it.
We're doing good.
I'm seriously a different person when we get good weather.
It's typical California weather. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, whoever's responsible for that. So today, it's just going to be us two.
Us too.
And I put a poll up on the Instagram and asked people, kind of what they wanted to hear about.
Mm-hmm.
I put, did you want to hear about flip deal breakdown, real estate scams, or mobile home investing? And it was a flip breakdown. So that's what we're going to be doing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you think they picked that because that was the first choice?
I don't know. That's a good idea. Yeah, maybe I should. I don't know how to test that. Maybe it was. They just picked the top one, and then once everybody started picking the top one, then they just picked the top one. Yeah.
And does it show like who's picking what?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you should. Is there a way to hide
it
that?
shows you after you pick it. I think it'll show.
Okay, but it doesn't. Does it like it show you like there's 100 people picking the first one?
I don't think it does. I think it just gives you the thing, and then
so it's an actual.
It's a pretty accurate poll.
Yeah, scientific.
Yeah, it's scientific. Yeah,
is Biden winning or losing?
Third party. He's losing right now, but that doesn't mean he can't come back at the very end in the middle of the night.
Yeah, never can tell.
No. But before we jump into our flip breakdown that I think you guys are really going to enjoy, let's talk about our meetup because we got a special one coming up.
Yes, and it's a week early.
It's a week early because these guys, our audience are mostly alcoholics and they have to drink on Memorial Day.
It's what did I title it? Stand up
and connect.
Stand up and connect. And the reason I titled it that is because I want new people to come, tell us why they're there, and I want them to come up front, take the microphone, and ask for help.
Yep.
And everybody that's there is going to be offering some guidance, some assistance, what you should do, what you should not do. Write your name down. If I want to call you later to talk to you more about what I'm looking to do, then I will do.
That's great.
So I want more participation. That's why we're doing.
No, this is going to be good because I need help.
You need help.
I need a lot of help.
Yeah. Okay.
Just in general. Does it have to be real estate related or?
It has to be real estate related.
All right.
Yes.
I'll keep that to myself then.
Yeah.
But I do have to say, you were mentioning like, what if people are scared? Or this is what we brought up. What if people don't go up? And you're like, I'm just going to straight up call people out.
I'm going to pick them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't put your head under the table and try to hide because I'll see you.
Yeah.
And I'll walk over and I'll say, it's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Get up there. Tell us who you are, why you're here, and how we can help you.
Yeah, and I mentioned like that's great because that's exactly what you did to me when I was sitting in one of your Zooms.
I went to lunch, an investor lunch I call them.
Yeah.
Where somebody buys me lunch and picks my brain for an hour today. And I told them about that.
Yeah.
I did. I told them. I said, hey, this is how Alex got started.
Yep.
I
was just sitting there all scared.
I saw his staring at me over Zoom during COVID. And it was like, man, what the heck? That guy looks a little lonely. I'm going to pick on him.
Yeah.
And I did. And it's like something blew up inside you.
My voice cracked. And I was like, I want to learn how to flip, but I don't know how. And you're like, all right, just come to the office.
Yeah. And you came.
And I came. And I didn't stop coming. And you're like.
Did you bring Lauren that day or just
by
yourself?
No, I came.
I was here.
I don't show up anywhere without her.
That's true.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
We did the flipping class, and there was another couple here. So there's 4 people total. And you were teaching us the math and how to do comps. And
wow. That's been a while ago.
Yeah, and we went to one of your Leisure World flips.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then. So.
Yeah, where people are dying to get in and dying to get out.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing, and it's going to be a great way to actually connect with people.
May 20th, May 20th, May 20th. The flyer is a bit out of date that we're showing on the screen right now. It's May 20th, Monday, May 20th, not the 27th.
Oh, whoops. All right, yeah.
May 20th.
May 20th.
There we go.
Okay. And I just announced on Saturday, May 18th, so before, my broker has decided to put a training class together on how to use the Pelago website to search for properties that are listed that are good potential flips.
Oh.
So he did some revamping of the website, and he wants to introduce that to everybody in the meetup group. So I posted it out.
Is it already live?
It's already live.
Oh, I got to mess around with that.
Yeah. So check it out. And it's going to be a Zoom call, not in person, because he's in Washington. So he doesn't want to drive all the way down here.
Okay. Can anybody join, or do you
anybody join?
Okay.
And I think you should start posting it on your social media as well.
All right. Yep.
So anybody.
Cool.
Yeah.
Get the link, and then we'll post it up.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump on into it. We're going to be breaking down a deal that we did at the end of this last year. And this one's kind of cool because it was a creative finance deal. It was a foreclosure deal. It went smooth. We tested out new contractors on this deal. It was in a new area that we had never flipped in. Yeah. So it had all the markers of, just a good flip.
And it had a bunch of different stuff going on that, we had to deal with, which was interesting. That's what makes it interesting to me, at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever Joe gets interested, that's when it's a good one.
Yeah, it is. It is. I like the complicated ones. The more complicated, the better.
Right.
Try to resolve some issues, some problems.
Yeah.
Go from there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe you could throw up the first HUD. Yeah, and we can show you guys. So this right here is what's called a HUD statement. And could you explain what a HUD statement is? Because I don't know how to describe it.
I don't know what it is.
Okay, so
it's a standard form that's used by the industry, HUD, Housing Urban Development, and basically it puts down all the credits in a transaction. Now, understand that was this the purchase?
This is the purchase.
Okay, so this is going to be the buyer's side of the transaction. Remember, there is a seller side as well, but they keep everything separate, so you don't necessarily see the seller side.
Right.
So all you do here is just see the buyer side, but this is standard. This is what they use all over the U.S.
Right.
I mean, very similar. It'll show you may have different line items in different places, but this is pretty much standard.
Okay. And so a couple of things to pay attention to. I'll start. This was a texting campaign. The guy reached back out to us and said, yes, I need some help. I have a balloon payment due in the amount of $525,000, which, you can see on the credits right there. And he said, if you can pay that off, I already have a place to go. We've worked it all out with our kids. We're going to move in with them. This house is too big for us. We're starting over, basically. He had already been bailed out previous year, and, they had some medical issues, which made it to where they couldn't work. And so he was unable to, obviously you got to come up with $500,000 in a year. That's, it's hard for anybody. So, we looked at it and the comps were around like 700, 725. And we're like, okay, yeah, I think we can make that work. Obviously we got to come up with $500,000. I think it was due like maybe in a month or two, but he's like, I just want to move in 3 weeks. So,
but really, before you keep going, how he got here was an interesting story as well. and I think it's an important story to tell you, he was in pre-foreclosure a year ago.
Right.
And some lender, private lender, not a bank, but a private lender got a hold of him and said, hey, I can help you out. Let's just refinance or, pay off your loan, and I'll give you a loan for a year, and I'll also put all those payments that you need to make for me for a year onto the loan.
Right.
And so that's where we were here. And obviously a year later, he hadn't been making the payment,
Right.
according to the contract. That's fine. But a year later, he's back in the same position, but with more debt.
Yeah.
And I think the interest rate was 11 or 12, somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere.
And then they charged him like 4 or 5 points. I looked at that statement, the previous HUD statement.
Yeah.
It was like they really took advantage of this person.
I know.
Absolutely took advantage.
I know. I think he originally owed like high threes.
Yeah.
And then after all the fees plus their payments, it got up to like 525.
It was terrible. It really was.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Mm-hmm. And you could tell it was really weighing on him. And so we came in and we're like, all right, what we're gonna do is we'll take over the mortgage basically, which was I think due in maybe a month or so.
Correct.
And then there was also a solar balance. He had just signed up for solar, which we're finding out is like the most annoying thing to do. But he owed $32,000 on there.
Well, he got approved for the solar while he was in pre-foreclosure, which we were kind of just scratching our heads.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah.
Who let that through?
Some solar guy came knocking at his door and said, hey, you need solar. It's like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's pay $40,000, whatever was the original.
Right.
And then you can pay it over 20, 30 years.
There you go.
Which is what it was. It was just another loan on the property.
Yeah.
It was just terrible.
The
Yes.
only
This
good
guy-
thing, which we found out when we went to sell, was that he had actually bought, like he owned the solar, because there are solar liens that you just are leasing the panels, which becomes you don't even own it once you pay it off. So this, at least, it was paid off on the sale, and then the new owners own them now outright, which is better than leased, right?
No.
No. No.
It's all the same. He still owes that money.
Oh,
It's either pay it off monthly and then, you own it at the end of the day. But a lease is the same thing. It's not any different.
Well, he could resell this.
We had to take care of this upon the sale.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get there and you can talk about it.
Yeah, we'll get there because we were trying to do some creative stuff on that. But anywho, so all that to say, when we went to purchase it, basically all we had to cover was the closing cost, and as you can see, it's $52.97.50
That's it.
for a house.
We bought a house for $557,000 and paid $52.97.
Yeah.
Here, let me zoom out. It's a little bit.
So it's a house on the golf course in Fontana. Big house.
Where's
That's
52?
crazy. It's down at the bottom.
What's that?
This?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you had it.
Oh, she's
You had it
zooming
good
in.
before. But yes, this is subject to the loan that was on the property. And this was a private lender.
Right.
And so the loan was due like a month after we bought it, correct? In October, November, somewhere
Yeah,
around
it was October 1st.
a month or two.
Yeah.
And then I had Alex call him and say, we bought it. We're going to rehab it. Can you hold off on, getting paid for a couple of months? And to our surprise, he agreed,
Yeah.
and it was like, you talked to the wife first?
Yeah, it was interesting because we looked up, we're like, okay, who's the borrower or who's the lender? And we were like, oh, it's just a couple names. It was just like Joe and Mary. And we're like, huh, okay, yeah, let's give them a call. And then the wife answers.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, yeah, I know about that property. And then we gave him the story. And she's like, I don't think that'll be a problem. She's like, let me ask my husband. And then later we get a hold of the husband. He's like, yeah, you know what? I think we can do it, guys, but there's going to be a fee. And we're like, oh, God, here it comes. It's going to be $300.
$300 to postpone it for 3 months, basically.
Right.
Yeah. And we're like going, oh man, really? $300? Yeah, it's gonna be $300.
Yeah.
Really? And I'm like in the background, I'm listening to the conversation. I'm going like this to Alex. You know? It's like, yeah, we're doing good. You know, just pretend that we're not, but yeah, we're doing good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. So they were really easy to work with. They're like, just let us know what's going on along the way.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was, you don't ask, you don't get.
That's
you know,
right.
that was another example
That's
of
right.
that. So yeah, we were able to wait until we sold it to pay it off.
Wait, okay. So I'm looking at the HUD statement. You guys are saying you paid $52,000?
5,200.
5,200.
Yeah.
So you basically just paid all the escrow fees.
Yeah,
Correct.
exactly.
Correct.
Just the closing costs.
Zero down.
This is a zero down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Zero down.
Zero
Yeah.
down.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Yes.
But you know, it's different. Like people would say, well, why don't you just do an ovation? And it's different because we're taking control of the property. We're getting it title in our name. That way there's not any shenanigans after we fix it up and you go to sell it.
Correct.
So that's why we did that. That's how we got it. And maybe we can jump into some of the before pictures.
Sure, let me just load those up.
You know, and when I talked to the seller and he's like, yeah, there's just like, I'm like, okay, so, you know, how's the condition? Because that's a big part of it when you're doing your comps. You want to make sure, you know, there's enough spread in there. He's like, yeah, there's a little bit of like wood rot by the door. And then one of the windows is broken. So that was it. He's like, everything else is completely fine. So that's what he.
How many times a day do we hear that? You know?
And now I'm just assuming everyone's lying to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll go through this. This is the kitchen. Now we just went to a hoarder house, and I wanted to kind of, I don't know what to call this now because we were calling this a hoarder house originally, but we just went to a real hoarder house.
No, this is a hoarder house.
This is a hoarder house still.
The other one
Light
was the king of hoarders. Yeah.
Yeah, there needs to
This
be a
is definitely
scale.
hoarderish.
Okay, yeah, hoarder-ish. Yeah, for sure. They just had a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
No, there's nothing wrong. Like this drawer is missing.
Yeah, the drawer's missing.
Those two, and then the cabinet door is missing.
Yeah.
Like what do people do with this stuff?
I don't. Well, he had them all actually. He ended up having them all, and then once we got the bid from the contractors, they're like, for $2,000 extra, instead of painting it, we'll just put new ones in. And we're like, all right.
Yeah.
Which I think was a good move.
I think it was a great move.
I do too. That
so-
was producer's idea.
That was producer's idea. Yeah,
It was.
yeah. Everybody loved it when they came to the open house. Yeah, here's the kitchen, just that old style
See,
builder
that's
grade.
hoarderish.
Hoarder-ish, yeah.
Hoarderish,
It was-
not completely, but
Yeah.
hoarderish.
It
This
took
is-
2 or 3 of the big containers, the
Right.
48-foot containers, to
Yeah.
clear it out. So
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
worse upstairs than downstairs, which we'll get to.
Yeah, and they both had medical conditions, so you know, it's like it is what it is. Like they had a hard time being mobile, and you know, you bring stuff in, you can't really get rid of it, and
They
I
couldn't
get it.
they couldn't take care of the house after a certain
Yeah, I mean, it's a big house, so they just had
We
a lot of
had
stuff.
more problems trying to get rid of this piano.
Yeah.
the
than
piano
anything
has
else because I said, well, why don't you just leave the piano there
Right.
as staging,
Which we did.
But then
No one
we
would-
posted it on Facebook
Yeah.
and everywhere else, and nobody wanted it.
We called around to some schools.
Yeah.
We, you know, like we're
Like,
doing
here,
it,
come
but
pick it up. It's
I
yours.
think
Yeah.
once people realize kind of how hard it is to move, they bail. Which ended
pianos
up
are
happening.
a thing. They are definitely a thing.
Yeah. They had their kids living with them originally, and then the kids moved on their own, and then that's where the mom and dad went to go live with them after that. So they still had the kids
There's
stuff in
One
there.
of the kids lying on the bed.
yeah, that's one of the kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, just kind of stuff scattered around. I think the kids grabbed all their stuff, and then they pretty much just left everything. They're like, we're going to take everything. We might have 1 or 2 items left.
They left everything.
And then I think he asked you directly. He's like, is it okay if we leave some stuff? Just like, yeah, just whatever. Just leave stuff behind. We didn't
I
realize.
didn't think he was going to leave the whole house.
we didn't
Yeah.
realize. Okay, so go back.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. So this is this is underneath. We had to replace this. You can't really tell, but this is all black. It's just dirty.
Dirty.
Yeah.
We don't use the M word.
No, I know. Sorry.
dirty.
No, I wasn't going to. I was just saying that's what color the pipes are. But
yeah, that's normal.
Yeah. That's normal. Yeah, black pipes. But we had to just replace some of this stuff in here. But so that was good.
We replaced all of it.
We replaced all of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like some of the drywall, just because it was a little bit
Yeah.
old.
That's
older.
normal.
Yeah.
Normal.
Yeah, of course.
Normal.
Yep. Side. Oh yeah, this was all
this
overgrown.
had to be cleared out.
And they
Very
had
overgrown.
they had a beautiful view of the.
This is the golf course. Back there.
Right
so,
there.
You know, what is all going on with all that stuff?
they
It's
just
a
couldn't
lot.
upkeep the property
It's like
anymore.
crazy.
It's just a lot.
Oh,
So-
there's
Broken
the
windows.
window.
So they're on the first hole of a golf course.
Yeah.
On the approach, we found out.
On the approach. So yeah, boom. Yeah. So right there. Imagine waking up to that,
Yeah.
and then you're like, "Come on, man, work on your
It's
swing."
one of the side yards.
Yep.
So this is where it starts getting, I think, a little.
Oh yeah, this is where the guys kind of started piling everything up.
Yeah.
This is after we took possession.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. The piano's still there. They took all that stuff, but yeah. So
I think a lot of that was from upstairs. The upstairs was way more stacked with
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah, we can come back.
Oh,
to
here's
that.
okay. We'll come back to that.
So yeah, but so we worked with new contractors on this one. So people are always asking, how do I find contractors? You know, people will go to you, can I use your contractors? How do I find contractors? How did you find these guys?
This was really a surprise. It was either an email or a text. We rehab houses. We're contractors. Are you looking for anybody right now? It was like, really? Like, yeah,
Actually, I am.
I am. And so I said, okay, yes, we're looking for someone. Can you send me some photos of, what you've done? Tell me your experience, all that. They sent all that, and it was actually pretty impressive. And so we ended up hiring them at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
They were rehabbing this one when we got possession of another one
Mm-hmm.
and hired them to do that one as well.
Yeah.
And since I think they've worked on your mom or your dad's place.
Yeah, my mom and my stepdad's house.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then they're working on our mobile home flip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As
Right
we
now?
speak. Yep.
Yeah. Rehabbing that. And then we have another property in LA that we're going to close on probably in a month or so
Mm-hmm.
that they've already gone out and given us an estimate on that one. So
Right.
I think we were lucky.
Yeah.
We found them. And,
I know.
And they worked like I want contractors to work.
Right.
I told them, I said, give me a bid, your best bid for the whole thing. I don't want to get another work order because you opened up a wall and you found termite damage on one piece of wood. I don't want to get a bill for that.
Right.
So give me your best, guesstimate of what it's going to be, and we'll hold you to that and move forward. And so far, so good.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that was like, I guess, not a red flag, but just something that was good was I think you talked to them and you were like, hey, we're going to a property tomorrow.
It was the day before.
It was
we
the day
went to
before.
walk
We're
the
like, meet
property.
us out there tomorrow at 11. And sure enough, they showed up.
At
That's
11.
step one.
Yeah.
Show up
I
to
was
the
like,
walkthrough.
all right.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. And then we started walking it, and then they were bringing up suggestions of stuff that may save money, save time,
Yeah,
which is always good.
yeah.
Because you don't want a guy.
I could pretty much tell right away that they were experienced. That they have been doing this. They told me they had been doing this for another flipper,
right.
and they just didn't have enough work for them. So they decided to go out and see if they could find some more stuff on their own, and they found us.
That's amazing.
So now we're trying to keep them busy.
Yeah,
Yeah. I know.
Because they're great. And
Right.
I mean, every walkthrough, they show up every time. It doesn't matter. Sometimes they'll come back and see if they can do it like on a Saturday when they don't have their jobs going on. But I mean, they drove all the way to Winnetka. They're going to take that job, which is, that's pretty out there.
it is out there.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. So, I mean, really, you got to vet people, and it starts with show me your credentials, show me your You know, your pictures
Show up.
show up. Yeah, if they don't show up on the first time, like just right there, just don't even
entertain it.
give them a second chance. No. There's plenty of people out there. I'm telling you, don't feel bad. Like even if they have an excuse and their tire popped, it's like you're gonna get that the whole way through.
And if they ask for money up front, no.
Yeah, they should be able to get started on like the demo and things like that.
Yes.
Pay for your own materials.
You can. That's what we do.
I like to do that because I think, this goes back to
we went with a contractor one time who supplied his own materials, and it was just, I think it was just garbage from other jobs that he was like welding together.
Yeah.
And it was awful.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. But, if you need someone to vet a contractor, can people call you?
Sure.
Okay.
Anybody can call me. I'll tell you the same thing. It's like, find out what their experience is, how many places they've done, do they have photos, to back up everything that they've said. If they have any jobs that they're working on now, can I go by and take a look at them? Just listen to what they say. And you were saying, when they come over, they're offering suggestions. A new guy that just got his license last week is not going to do that. He's not going to know.
He's just going to agree with everything.
Yeah, he's going to come in, I can do this for $40,000 when it's going to cost you about 60, 65, and you're just going to have headaches along the way. So deal with people that have, done this for a while and are offering you suggestions on, I've done like 20 projects, and I can tell you that if we remove this wall here, it's not that expensive. It'll open this space up and you'll get a lot more money for it. You're hired.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think about I saw someone posting recently asking, so the contractor essentially walked a property for them and they were asking for a price range from the flipper instead of providing a bid. Is that a red flag to you?
Like, what's your budget?
What's your budget?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's like going into a car dealer when you're ready to buy a car and tell them, you know what? Money's not an object.
Yeah.
Hello?
You're like, I've got 50 grand. He's like, it's going to cost 50 grand. Crazy.
Yeah, imagine that. You were right.
You were right on.
You were right on.
Yeah. Yeah, have them bid it out. Have them bid labor and materials if they're going to use some of their own materials, or
as detailed as you can get it. As
detailed as you can get.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to see some afters?
Let's see some afters. The big reveal. So this one took, what was it, like maybe 6 weeks, I would say.
It was pretty quick.
Somewhere around there.
So I can give you the lowdown.
Oh, okay.
They quoted us originally 5 weeks. It took a total of 7 because we had the unexpected hoarder haul out when they said they were going to take everything.
That's right.
And so it took an extra 2 weeks to haul out all the trash, but they were demoing at the same time.
Right.
And then we were over budget. I think they quoted us like 49 something. We were over budget by $5,000 because of the haul out. It was very close. Very close. Yeah.
Way to go, guys. I hope they're watching right now. I'm just kidding. They're working. So this is the property. It's a corner lot. Beautiful corner lot.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
In nice.
That's the golf course.
That's
to
the golf
left there.
course. Yeah, that's great. That's the first hole. You see families going by. It's a nice neighborhood.
Did we have it painted outside? I don't
Oh,
remember.
yeah. We painted the outside.
Outside and inside.
And outside and inside.
Yeah. I mean, it's important. The curb appeal is important.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I went with some different colors on the outside to kind of go with the neighborhood. And Alex and I, the first time I saw the paint colors, it was raining. So it looked much darker because the stucco was wet. And I was kind of like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
But then the next time we went by, it looked like this. And I was like, wow, it fits perfect in the neighborhood. It was great. And there's the staging with the lovely piano.
There's a piano stayed there. But yeah, people came in. They loved it right when they walked in. It's a giant open space right here. All brand new. We had a lot of people at the open houses. Mm-hmm. This goes into the...
If you want to know who took the photos, it's a company called DYS Photo. Mm-hmm. and that's the company I always use. And I use them because they go all over the place.
Yeah.
They've got photographers anywhere and everywhere.
Amazing.
Good company, good price.
Perfect. There's a new
There's
kitchen.
a kitchen. There's a new
The
kitchen.
new kitchen.
Brand spanking new. Kept
Nice?
we did the black.
There's a story behind this faucet
Oh,
here,
yeah.
Joe.
That's right.
Because I had
There it is.
different plans for the kitchen.
Yeah.
And Joe shows up to the office and just sets this faucet on my desk.
So I was at a silent auction at one of my grandkids' church. And this was one of the silent auction items. And so I put a bid on it,
Boom.
not thinking that I would get it, but like how many people need faucets, It was a gold faucet.
Yeah.
There was two, and I actually put a bid on both, but I ended up getting this one.
Nice.
$100.
Okay.
Like,
know-
it wasn't the end of the world.
I looked that faucet up.
Uh-huh.
It's like $580 new. That is a luxury
That's a
kitchen faucet.
luxury faucet.
So we would not pay $500 for a faucet
Absolutely
on our
not.
flips. That's one thing that a brand new flipper would do.
Right.
You have to flip to the area and the aesthetics and everything else. But anyways, so we got that, and of course, then we needed the poles to be gold.
Yeah. I originally, I think, was going to do either black and white kitchen or just brushed nickel for kind of like the contemporary, just to go with the neighborhood. And then Joe brings this faucet in. I'm like, I guess we have to go gold now. And then that's where the Black Island came from, to give it a little bit of
Yeah. Came out good.
Variation.
She did a great job.
She did a great job.
Thanks.
Loved it.
Yeah, I like this kitchen a lot.
Absolutely, it's gorgeous.
Came out really nice.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Yeah. All right. I think we're going to the backyard now so we can see that
Okay.
view. Look at that.
Yeah. Mulch will do wonders.
And
So we
all,
just-
all this was full of that junk trees
Yeah.
and all that stuff. We had them
What-
remove all that.
Right.
and-
It's kind of cool. They already had these accent
Planters,
trees. Yeah.
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 Planters, which you had no idea.
Yeah,
Um,
but look, how beautiful that is.
Yeah.
As
During the
opposed to where it was.
During the open house, I had at least 5 to 6 different parties ask about putting a pool in, which there was definitely space for
Oh, yeah.
it.
Yeah.
There is.
They were having, a lot of plans in their head. One thing, when we were having the open house, there was these 2 little friggin' dogs next door that would not shut up.
Oh, yeah. They kept barking
Yeah,
through
over
the
there,
fence right
that just lived outside. So I was like telling Lauren, I was like, should I go get some treats or something I could throw over into the... Nobody
he
cared.
did. He did.
But I
He-
did buy treats.
Actual treats
Yeah.
or some
No,
dog
actual
be gone
treats.
No.
No, actual treats.
dog treats. And he was like, I'm going to go give these to these dogs. And then we're leaving. I'm like, why is there a whole bag of unopened dog treats in the
I
drawer?
never used them. Nobody cared. They went outside. They're like, it's fine. It's just a neighborhood.
It's a neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's a dog.
They were
I was, like,
cute,
being all
so they got
precious
a
about it.
pass. I think this is the downstairs bedroom, downstairs bathroom. Yeah. I mean, this primary suite too was huge.
Oh, yeah.
It
People are
is
like, what else should I put in there?
giant.
They were asking Lauren, like, what else can I put in there? She's like, I don't know. A couch
don't
or
know.
something? A couch in
Another
there?
living
Like,
room?
Yeah. And one thing we usually do to
big
save some
house.
money is we'll refinish these rather than, I mean, you could take this out and fully tile it and do all that, but it's,
I feel like
Fontana, so.
you got to
Functional.
go for the
Functional.
market, right?
Yeah, go for the
So
market. Yeah, in OC, we would
Or-
probably do that if
yeah.
we're going to go over $1 million with it.
OC, you definitely want to do some tile work and maybe a different layout. But I mean,
It's fine.
it was good condition, and with like all the brushed nickel, it looks very luxurious and inviting. Huge closet.
Walk in.
Yep.
Walk in.
Another bedroom.
It's not a bedroom. It's a walk-in closet.
No, this was a different bedroom.
No, I'm saying
Oh, yeah.
it was an actual walk-in closet.
that's-
Not a bedroom. You could make it a bedroom, I guess.
Oh, yeah. No,
Has a
it's-
window.
Yeah, exactly.
Has a window.
Has a window.
Little closet right there.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the process is seeing after they paint, because it's such, like, the paint and the molding makes such a difference even before anything else goes in. It's just,
Yeah. It's like brand new
yeah.
at that point.
Laundry room.
Yeah, we do the 4-inch molding.
Yeah, and that's
really update it.
That's it. That's the whole house.
Yeah, and we got a cash offer, right?
Cash offer.
Cash.
I think I had up to like after the first weekend, like I don't know, 5 or 6 offers, and people nonstop calling me. Like I couldn't pick up my phone fast enough, and then a cash offer, everything removed above asking, and I was like, being an agent is easy. This is awesome.
Wait, a real estate agent that actually picks up her phone?
I did have to start ghosting people when we were negotiating. You told me to, and I was like, I felt so bad. I was like,
They're like, these people really want it, Lauren. I just need to hear something back from you. She's like, I gotta tell them. Joe's like, no, just wait until.
Just wait.
Yeah. So, but one hiccup we did run into, or I guess a couple. There's 2. So there was the solar.
Yes.
So there was a solar balance. We were trying to get the new buyers to take it over, subject to, or assume it, because you can't assume these. So we're about to close in 3.5 weeks, and I called the solar, and they're like, it takes 45 days at least to process the paperwork for the assumption. Tried to just finagle my way into getting something approved faster, but they're like, there's no way. So we pivoted and asked them if they would take it over subject to. Most people don't know what that is, 1, and then 2, they're just not comfortable with it being in somebody else's name for whatever reason, if they need to, I don't know, claim a warranty or something.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, can we just pay this off? Can you guys pay $15,000?
I think it was less. I think we paid 10.
No, I know. I think they wanted us originally
15,
to pay 15,
and
we're
then we
like,
agreed to 10, and they paid
they
off
covered the rest.
Yeah,
which was even more insane. They were really easy to work with the whole way through.
Yes.
And the agent on the other side, which I come to realize is a big deal.
Yeah.
You have a competent agent that like really helps push the thing. It's like a whole group effort. And when everyone's working together, it works amazing. So that was one thing. And then there was a random chase lien, which was originally Washington Mutual from 2008 that they found. And Chase is like, oh, yeah, we have this on our books somehow. They couldn't tell you where it came from, or they'd have no paperwork on it. They're just like, you owe us $32,000 or whatever it was, 28 grand. So.
And one of the weird parts about that lien was that the original owners had refinanced and that lien was not wiped out. So we were trying to get a hold of the previous title company, and they basically were like, it's your problem.
Yeah.
But they somehow worked around it.
They did a bond.
With the refinance.
They did a bond. I don't know. No one could really explain to me what it was or how it works, even the bond people. And they would all just be like, well, it's the title company's thing. And they're like, well, it's the bond companies.
The title company should have forced them to deal with that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been our problem, but it ended up being our problem.
Yeah. We were like into the last days of the whole thing. I think even after it closed.
Well, I think what I remember is that we got good news.
Right.
And they were like, we don't have to pay it.
Yeah.
And we closed and we got paid out. And then what? The week
bad
after,
news.
we got bad news.
He's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then we had to send the money back.
Yeah. And this is because of the relationship that I have with First American Title, Noah Presswood in particular. We do a lot of deals. And he says, oh, you know what? We could probably ride around this. Not a problem. So he did.
Yeah.
But he knows at the end of the day, which happened, it came back. They said, you owe us this money. So we paid him.
Yeah.
You know, it's like he knew that I was good for it.
Yeah.
We were good for it.
We were good for it.
And we paid him back. Yeah. So you're welcome, Chase.
I was okay for it. I was like, should I leave town? I could disappear.
Yeah, I
could
spent
take
the money in Vegas already.
Yeah, what are they going to do? They're like, we'll sue you. We're like, okay, I'll give you the money.
Yeah.
But
do you have the closing statement?
that's the fun part. Yeah, let's go to the numbers.
Let's go to the closing table.
Yeah, don't think about what we would have made without the Chase thing.
I want to make it bigger. Okay, here we go.
So, I didn't fully redact everything, but anywho.
I redacted everything.
Okay, good. So go down to the very bottom.
See, I might have to make it smaller because it
That's
doesn't
good.
show on
Oh,
the screen.
gotcha.
Here. So sorry.
Yeah, it's all the way
What are
down
we
at the
not
bottom.
showing?
There we go. I got it.
Due to seller, 80,000.
80,000. So it was like, yeah.
And that took from purchase to sale
Yeah.
3 months.
Yep.
How much was it?
It was 7 weeks. Oh, purchase to sale. What was the closing date on there?
1/8/24.
1/8. Yeah. So I think we extended the closing because we didn't want to close.
Correct.
In 2023.
I was just going to mention that. Yes.
So we could have closed earlier, but
Yeah.
I think it was a total of 3 months exactly. Yeah.
And we didn't want to pay $80,000 and then have to pay taxes on that amount in 2023. So yeah, we pushed it to January.
Yeah.
Isn't that
That's a
cool?
good call. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's a good call.
That is
So,
a good call.
there you go. There you go, people. It can be done.
Yeah, there's that Chase loan
I know.
payoff, 26,903.
Yeah. Would have been like,
Yeah,
Way more.
yeah, we'd have been over 100,000
Yeah.
if it wasn't for that.
if it wasn't for
Womp womp.
friggin' Chase, which was Washington Mutual. It doesn't make any sense. But, what are you going to do? You're not going to fight Chase.
No,
You're just
not.
not.
You're not going to fight them. And the other thing I want to say is we get what's called the binder policy on our title insurance. And the reason to get a binder policy is because when we go to sell it, they charge us a lot less money on the sale because we get that binder and we pay a little bit more up front,
Right.
but we save literally thousands of dollars when we do something like that.
Amazing.
Okay. So, yeah, it is amazing. And then here we are. So our settlement fees, we use corner escrow. These are all the fees that they charge. And I'm sure you probably pay a lot more, but I've had a relationship with this title rep in this company for many years. So we get a discount there as well.
Nice. Wire transfers.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah. These special messenger.
Yeah,
Wait
I
a
call them all
second.
junk fees.
Wait a
And they
second. This is
are,
the
but-
first time I'm looking at this.
But it is what it is.
I got to look at this a lot more. I mean, is this something you can negotiate? Can you be like, hey, can you give me $20 off the...
Do you really want to negotiate $20?
I don't
That's the way
know.
I look at it at the end of the day.
No, I mean, but
It's like,
someone
do you
would.
Really? I mean,
Over
administration
time.
fee, what is that?
Yeah,
I
I know.
Archive fee and
Yeah.
a 1099 processing fee.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a small amount. It does add up.
right.
Messenger fee, overnight delivery fee. Yeah, somebody came out and gave us this paperwork.
Right.
It cost us $30.
Okay.
It's
That's
like,
fine.
honestly, at the end of the day,
That's less
nothing.
than...
I was upset more at the 26,903.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
a little... That stung a little more.
And man, Alex mostly did a thorough investigation on how to get our money back. It
know.
We could not ever resolve it. you know?
No.
No.
So we had two title companies checking into it, and of
Yeah.
course, no, it's not our fault.
The bond
You know,
company.
go to this company
Yeah.
over here, and go to that company there, and go to this one. But
And the lady
you know.
didn't have, because it was done so long ago, the lady didn't have, she had to go into the archives or something. Or she was, no, it wasn't done that long ago. She was like, for some reason, our digital system that week was down.
Yes. That's
And
what it was.
so I need to go look into the archives of the actual paperwork. I'm like, is she just pulling my leg? It's like the cameras went down and all of
Yeah.
a sudden the inmate's dead. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? One of those things. It's like, really? I've heard this before. And
okay,
what are you going to do? So,
All right. That was a good flip.
yeah, it was a good flip. So that's why you always got to make sure, check all the liens. Because when I was talking to the seller, he's like, I think I owe this. I think I owe this. That's it. There's
Yeah.
nothing else on
Yeah.
there. I promise you.
that's it.
You get the thing. It's like a rap sheet. It's like,
Yeah,
like what about all these other things?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that was a while
Yeah.
ago. then their
But
memory
I mean,
starts coming back.
with this deal, we weren't. Obviously, you saw we only paid $5,000 for this.
Yeah.
We weren't putting
Yeah.
any more money. We couldn't take it out of his side.
Right.
We just had to eat it on our side. So
Yeah.
we did.
We did.
But you saw the numbers. It worked out.
Yeah, it worked out good.
We good?
Worked
Yeah,
out
I
good.
think that bought you your Tesla. Is that what that did?
Yeah. No, we got the Tesla before that.
worked out.
'cause,
Oh, it did? Okay. The Huntington
Tesla-
Beach flip.
Well, the Tesla was that was like divine timing because our car was starting to get to the point where we were having to get so much maintenance that it was like, okay, this car's about to go. And so we better start looking around. And I was here early at the office one day and I heard Ryan talking to someone on the phone and they were panicking about taxes. And then it made me have a panic attack and actually... On our way to one of the Fontana open houses, there's a Tesla dealership. And I was like, we should test drive these and see if we even like it. Test drove the Y and the 3. And next thing I know, I'm like, we just bought a car. So
Yeah.
they make
Nice.
it very easy,
Yeah.
but we
They
love,
do.
yeah.
Basically, just download an app.
Yeah.
Remember,
Yes.
like, downloaded it. He's like, okay, is it
Yeah.
downloaded? He's like,
Yeah.
congratulations, you bought a car.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
we
was-
did.
No haggling, no nothing,
No. But we
That's
bought it. We bought it through the business, so it needed to happen for some write-offs, and
Yeah.
our car literally stopped running like 2 weeks after that. So it was like perfect timing. We needed a new car, anyways. At least that's how I'm justifying it to myself.
I like it. I
Yes.
love it.
Yes.
Cool. I got a couple videos we can.
Do you want to? There's a couple people in the chat.
Oh yeah, let's
Okay.
go to the chat. Hello,
Okay,
people.
let's go to the chat. If you guys have questions, make sure you put them in now so we can get them before the end of the show. We got Liz in the chat. You know what she
Yeah,
says?
Liz, what
Hi.
up?
Hey, Liz.
Jacqueline was responding to the Hangar 24 meetup,
Okay.
and she says, "Beer me."
Oh, there we go. See what I'm saying?
Beer her. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is our audience.
Yeah.
They love beer.
Madeline says she's outdoor knocking but still listening.
Yeah.
At
Wait,
the same time?
at the
There
same
we go.
time.
Go girl.
Nice.
Nice.
And then
Love that.
Madeline also, she just asked, I've been hearing about zombie loans from 2 owners lately. Have you heard of this?
Whoa.
I'm not a lender. I don't have any idea what a zombie loan is. Do you?
No, but
I
I
don't
love the
know.
name of that.
Can she describe what a zombie loan is?
Madeline, can you elaborate on the zombie loans and
Let me
we'll
see if I
circle
can
back?
Look it up really quick.
We're going to go to a couple of videos real
Yeah,
quick.
I that's one thing I don't do is lenders. I have lenders, but I don't do any of that stuff. I can tell you what the interest rate is, but that's because I look. But that's kind of where it stops.
Zombie
there.
Loan is an anime series out of Japan. So I don't know if that's what she's referring to.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Zombie Loan, it's huge. Oh, here we go. What is a zombie loan? Okay. Couple facing foreclosure because of zombie loan. What the heck? Carson,
Is that a
California.
That's like
fraud?
the other one was a zombie loan.
The term refers to a second mortgage that seems to have been forgiven or written off until years later when a collector reaches out about the unknown but supposedly unpaid debt.
That's what we had to pay, a zombie loan. Yeah.
These
And then,
lenders are.
I'm sure you could try to fight it, but
Right.
it's like,
Yeah. Yeah, you're going
Good
up
luck.
against Bank of America.
yeah.
Oh boy. You know what? And this is going to be happening a lot more because the banks, when they're crashing and they're going under, but like they probably sell off all their debts and then it's in some sort of limbo until they want to get paid. And they're like, wait a second. Let me see. Oh yeah, here it is.
We never got paid for this.
Yeah.
Really? We never got
That's-
paid for this.
Well, Alex, weren't you talking about earlier too how a lot of subject to deals you're seeing due on sale clauses being called because banks want
Yeah.
to wipe out those low interest rates and
Yep.
refinance?
Yeah,
or
they're going. I
sell.
saw some guy on the reel. He's like, they're going through and just doing audits of
I
their
don't believe it.
their low interest ones
I don't believe it.
because they're seeing, okay, it's low interest, so if it's sold, then we're gonna accelerate the payoff, and then they want to go back and sell at a higher interest rate
I
or
don't believe
reloan.
it. I don't believe it.
Oh,
Maybe a little, bank, community bank,
Yeah.
or credit union or whatever that has, 1,000 loans. But a big bank like Chase or Bank of America doing something like that? No way.
They don't have the manpower.
No.
I don't got time for that.
No, we're paying McDonald's workers $20 an hour. Can you imagine how much somebody would have to sit there and do all that stuff manually? It's like it's
Interesting.
boring. Unless AI can do it.
There we go.
Who
Aren't
knows?
the smaller banks and credit unions usually the ones that call it anyways?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe the guy was clickbaiting.
Clickbait.
Yeah, it's clickbait. Let's call it that. It's
All
clickbait.
right.
Speaking of clickbait, should we watch some videos?
Let's
Let's
do
go.
it.
Here's the truth about flipping houses that nobody wants to tell you. I just bought a deal for $200,000 cash. We put $130,000 into the property, renovating it, and sold it for $430,000. Here's the truth about flipping houses that nobody wants to tell you. I just bought a deal for $200,000 cash. We put $130,000 into the property, renovating it, and sold it for $430,000+. I made over $100,000, but it took me 6 months to recoup that $330,000 cash. Another way to do it is to go out and get hard money, but you're going to be paying points and interest on that loan. Here's the truth about
I always have a problem when somebody starts out, here's the truth. How are you going to convince me that this is the truth when you're starting out that way?
Yeah. I mean, I guess he didn't really say anything that was not true.
No.
I thought he was going to say something that was more controversial, but he just basically
I don't know
said
what the point
flipping
of the whole video
he
was.
just said what flipping
Like,
was.
It made him $100,000, which
Made him
it's not
$100,000,
true
but
because he didn't talk about commissions or closing costs at the end of the day.
True.
So maybe he made 70 on this deal and not 100. So again,
But
when
it
you
took and then
start
he said,
out with, here's the truth.
Here's the truth about flipping.
My
That's how you get.
red flags go up when I hear that.
All
Okay.
banks are now calling due every
Everything-
single subject
everything.
to loan
Yes.
because of Pace Morby.
Yes.
Here's the truth. All right, whatever. That guy's
Next.
gone.
Next.
Next.
This is why flipping houses can't create long-term wealth. Let's say you bought this fixture behind me for $560,000. Then you put in $140,000 to remodel this house to make it look nice. Now it's worth $900,000 because you actually put money in it to make it look nice. Let's say you decide to fix and flip this. There's $200,000 worth of equity. You don't really net $200,000 because you got to pay Uncle Sam the other half of the money, so you really only net $100,000. But if you decide to keep it and build long-term wealth like what I do, then you get to keep all $200,000 of equity in the property. On top of that, if I wait roughly about 10 years, the property's gonna double in value. It's gonna go from $900,000 to $1.8 million. I mean that actually I will have a total of $1.1 million in equity because I get an extra $900,000 plus the $200,000 originally made from the get-go. You see that if you fix and flip it, the best you can do is make $100,000 net. But if you actually keep it, you can add $1.1 million to your net worth. That's not even talking about all the rent you could have collected the last 10 years, plus the write-off. This is why flipping houses.
True or false?
Obviously true for him, but lots of false stuff in there.
Yeah. All right,
know,
what do we got? Break it down.
Lots of false stuff. First of all, if he has a CPA, you should fire him.
Okay, because he's giving away half of his.
Yeah, he's giving away half of his profit. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely fire him.
All right.
But really, the biggest thing, what he doesn't tell you is, okay, I'm making $100,000 on this flip. And he says if he holds this for 10 years, he's going to make $1 million. Well, what happens if you flip 10 properties in 1 year? How much is that?
Oh
my God, it's $1 million, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whoa. I got there in 1 year,
Okay.
not 10 years.
Right.
1 year. Doing the same
Interesting.
thing he's doing, sitting, waiting for it to get up to that level,
Right.
which in 10 years, our real estate cycles run every 10 years. So it's up here and then can go right back down here.
Yeah.
It's not unusual. So that's
Okay.
fine. I think the point he's trying to make is that, you can sit on your butt and make more money if you wait 10 years, but I'm not going to wait 10 years. I can do that in 1. Why would I do that in 10? It just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Depends on the deal, right? Like
Flipping, it depends on the deal, but flipping is a way to get you to the point where he's at,
Right.
that you're starting to buy properties to hold on to,
exactly.
so that when you get to be the old guy,
Right.
okay, you don't have to work as hard as the young guy.
Gotcha.
And that's kind of the point I think he's trying to make.
Yeah.
But as the young guy, wouldn't you rather flip 10 properties and make $1 million in the first year and then get a new CPA?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Pay 0 taxes if that's possible.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. I mean, you have to, plan for the future.
Right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But
No, he's done flips. I know he's just like breaking it down.
No.
You take the active income and turn it into passive.
Yeah. That's
passive
fine. And
income.
he's also got a really good crystal ball that says that his properties are going to double in 10 years.
Yeah, no, that's how I think.
It's
will.
like,
that's how I sell it to her. It will double.
Yeah.
Guarantee you.
No guarantees at all. No guarantees at all.
If you just hold on to it,
and
guaranteed.
That's the thing. Like people say, well, why don't you just hold on to this and rent it out? Okay, let's talk about that. How much am I going to rent it out for? Oh, Joe. Okay, let's say you're making after all expenses, you're making $1,000 a month. Let's just round that off to 10 grand. Okay. If you're making 10 grand, it's what this guy's talking about, 10 grand, but you're making 100 grand on the flip.
Mm-hmm.
So how long does it take you to make 100 grand on this property that you're holding on to?
Yeah. 10 years.
10 years.
Right.
It's like, okay, Alex, do you want to make 100 now? Or do you want to wait 10 years before you make that 100? Why rent it?
Yeah.
Yes, eventually you want to acquire property and have your tenants pay it off and all that stuff.
Right.
But early on, you should be making as much as you can,
Yeah.
and then deploy that money elsewhere.
Yeah.
Not California.
Right.
Go to Alabama.
We're going to Alabama, people.
Alabama.
Boo-choo.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Average purchase is 30 to 50,000. Yeah.
There you go.
And just start buying places.
Yeah.
Could be anywhere. I just mentioned Alabama, but it could be anywhere.
We're an Alabama family now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I had a feeling that was going to bring out some stuff in you.
You did.
Joe got fired up on that.
Yeah. But you're right. I mean, you're true. You're right.
You're true.
You're true. You're true. We should do a video on that, actually. That's a good video idea.
Okay.
Clickbait.
Clickbait.
Here's the truth about rentals that no one tells you.
I'm all about the truth.
Yeah.
All about thinking.
And nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
So
See, we gotta stack the flip money, and then like Joe, if prices go down in California, that's when we go
buy.
scoop up some stuff.
That's when you buy.
Yeah.
When the prices are rock bottom.
They're rock bottom right now. They're just rock bottom.
Prices?
Yeah.
No.
They're just going to go up from here.
Right.
So they're rock bottom.
No.
Yeah. There's
I'm talking about
that's never going to happen.
worth 500,000.
That's
2008 comes around and that property is now 100,000.
It's never going to happen.
Well, it's happened 3 times in my lifetime.
Oh, yeah?
So I just got to live a little bit longer
Okay.
to see it again.
All right.
Yeah. Somebody's going to mess up this economy. It's already messed up. But somebody's going to mess it up really bad.
Okay.
Joe, what are your pillars for, looking for, I don't want to say a crash, but like a market change? You talk about them before. Unemployment, interest rates, and what's the third one?
And the bank's getting crazy.
Crazy.
The banks are in the business of loaning money.
Yep.
And if they're not loaning money, they have to come up with creative ways to loan you money.
Yeah.
Alex, your credit score is like 600, It's like, we're not loaning unless your credit score is 650. But we've decided we're going to loan you money at 600.
Exactly.
That sounds
Okay.
good.
I know.
Yeah,
Let's do
it's
it.
like we're going to loan you money. And so that's what I'm talking about. The banks getting crazy, and then they'll throw out warm body loans.
Adjustable
You don't have any money.
rates.
You don't have money. Not a problem, Alex.
I know.
We'll give you 100% financing. How's that? You
I don't
know?
see the problem.
And then 2008, we'll give you 110% financing. How's that even better? Yes, I close a transaction and I get 10% back in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good one too. That was a really popular program, wasn't it? Yeah, until the world blew up,
I know.
you know.
Because of the rates, though. That's the only reason. If you had a fixed rate, I think you could have ridden out 2008, right? Wouldn't that matter? Because your payment would be the same.
Yeah, but the problem was they
As long
were
as you didn't
loaning to people that weren't qualified, you know, and we had a massive job loss. Everybody lost their jobs.
Yeah, if you
It
didn't
was
get
almost
laid
like
off.
COVID. Yeah, COVID, the only reason that we're in the position we're in is because the government sent out free money. You know, people were able to pay. I mean, we're in California. You know, the average mortgage around here is probably, I want to say, $4,000 to $5,000. But if you only pay $35,000 for a house in the Midwest, you know, your payment's what, $100 or something, if that much. So, you know, government's sending out lots of money.
True.
And so you're good. You're good. In those
True.
states, you know, California and New York were different, but you
Well,
know,
but that's why we're here in this
Yeah.
problem.
because
Everybody
of
knew
the
it.
bad weather we're having today.
Yeah. That's good. Okay.
We got Stephanie in the chat.
All right. Bring her on in.
She says, "I'd like to flip at least one property. I feel like it's about eating an elephant."
There you go. One piece at a time.
One piece at a time.
Yeah.
We don't eat elephants.
Well, here's the
No.
first piece is find the deal.
Yes. That's the hardest piece right
Yeah.
now is find a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely the hardest piece.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going out to look at another one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we are?
What's the story with that?
This one's on market. There's
On market.
yeah.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
Why are we going?
Because it's like it's priced pretty well. There's tenants in there that have stopped talking to the seller, so he doesn't know what's going to go on.
Are these the tenants in LA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to talk to a lawyer first, but I need to talk to my attorney first. And so he's thinking about coming way down on the price, basically.
Who is he?
The seller.
And is he going to keep his agent or
Yeah, he's going to keep the agent.
fire him?
No, he's going to keep the agent.
So-
I've just been talking to the agent.
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't talked to the seller.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
Got it.
Could be something. Maybe
Okay.
not. Could be something.
Is it harder
I'm gonna-
evicting tenants in LA?
Yes. A lot harder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Almost kind of impossible. Yeah.
So,
It depends on
yeah.
where it's at. Depends how long they've been in there.
Yeah, that's what we were looking
know,
up last week.
Depends on if they know anything, you know.
I think they know something.
Yeah.
I think they know something's up. I have that one in Vegas, and now like the tenant, we gave him 60 days, and Renee just texted me. He's like, "Yeah, the tenants are saying that like they can live there 6 months free." Or something like there's families in their ear telling them they don't have to pay
Yeah.
for 6 months. So word's getting out.
Yeah.
Is that true?
No, God no.
No.
Well, yeah, you might want to tell them because, the
No, I did
eviction
tell
on
'em.
your record.
No,
is
exactly. That's what they don't know. They're
problem.
like maybe it gets dragged on that long, but probably not.
And the consequences at the end of the day for them are
Yeah.
not good.
It's not
Right.
good.
They're not good.
I saw someone posting in a real estate group that they went through an eviction because same thing. They had people in their ear saying it's no big deal. It'll be off your record. And now she's living with her children in a motel because no one will rent to her. So
That's a good story.
Oops.
yeah. So
Oops.
that's like an example you can bring up
Oops.
because yeah.
No, I always bring up that example. And then it's their choice. And if they want to stay, then they know what the consequences were at the end of the day. You know,
Yeah.
we
Scary
offer
motel.
them cash for keys. They don't want to do that. It's less expensive to try to evict them out of the property. It's more time consuming,
Right.
but less expensive.
Right.
Have you heard about tenants in LA now they've been emboldened to ask for like $50K, $100K for
Yeah.
cash for keys?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. It's kind of freezes a seller. You can't sell. It's just too cost prohibitive.
So then what happens? I mean, I know what happens. If it goes to foreclosure, the bank takes it back. The bank then, or like they get evicted eventually, right?
They do, but you have to remember with the banks, they got deep pockets. So, they can hire lawyers and get them out. Even if it took 6 months, 8 months, a year, the banks are fine with it. That's, what they do. They don't want the property back, but sometimes they do. They have to take it because of these situations. So
Madeline asks, if someone has a reverse mortgage, can you do sub 2 or seller financing?
no.
Negative.
No.
Is there any way to cure that, or that's just has to go on market? Or
See, now that's one where reverse mortgage, if the person is still alive, then you'll get away with it for a while. The problem is when they die, there's like everybody in the world knows. I mean,
Yeah.
I can tell you this, when my parents died, they were getting Social Security, and let's say it was January, and they had already been paid their Social Security for that month.
Yeah.
February, and I learned this like with my mom because she passed away first. February, we got her Social Security. 2 days later, it got yanked. It
Whoa.
went back. It reversed out of her bank account. Yeah, I'm thinking like, how do they do that? It's okay to put it in, but you can't take money out of somebody's bank account. You can if you're the federal government. Yeah.
That is scary.
Yeah. So when my dad passed away, kind of a similar thing happened, but I had zeroed out the bank account.
Oh.
Yeah, and I never heard back from them. So, I mean, he was getting like $400, $500 at the time for Social Security. He wasn't getting a lot of money, but because he had a pension as well. So, anyways, be careful. Like I said, if they pass away, they're going to know right away, and they're going to start reaching out and saying, okay, that loan, it needs to be paid in the next 6 months to a year. So I wouldn't even go there with it at all.
Yeah, I'd stay away.
so how does a family usually deal with that? It's through probate. If they don't have a trust, they just have to put it on market and sell it and pay off whatever is owed on the reverse mortgage,
Yeah, or
Okay.
refinance it.
or refinance it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Good to know. Learn something every day.
every
There
day,
you go. That's why we're here.
every day.
Alrighty, you guys. That was a fun episode.
We done?
Yeah, we're done. That's that. Yeah.
Let me turn this way so everybody sees.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, meet up May 20th. Beer yourself and come and connect. And we'll be here next Thursday with Taylor Smith and
Lender.
Taylor Swift?
Lender.
No.
Taylor.
No. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
Oh man,
Just
that was too
kidding.
easy. Wow. Yeah. Taylor Smith. Yeah.
Taylor,
a lender.
he's just as famous.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's huge.
He's a lender, and he's going to be able to answer all these questions that came up
Zombie
tonight.
loans.
That's
Yeah.
remember zombie
I
loans
will.
because I want to see if
I'll
he
never
knows
forget that.
if he knows what that is. I don't see him on the chat, so he's not watching. He
Yeah.
should be, but he's not watching. So, anyways, May 18th as well,
May 18th.
a Saturday at 3:00.
Yep.
I did that time because like New York is 3 hours ahead, so that'd be 6:00 there.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and this is good for anybody in the U.S.
Yeah.
to
Finding
to
on
look
market
at the
flips.
Pelago website because eventually it'll be throughout the U.S.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in learning how to use our website to find fixers in your area that are potential deal makers, please give us a call.
Come and do it. Thank you
Give us
guys.
a call.
Yep. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate everyone in the chat, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you later. If you want some more advice on real estate investing, reach out to us one-on-one.